guys are great. Okay, everyone, we'd like to get started. Before this begins, I would just like to point out, in the event of an emergency, a fire, we have emergency exits back and front on both sides of the pack. And I would like to thank all of our guests for coming today as we celebrate and honor, excuse me, let me just turn this off, the veterans who have served and protected our country. So, art plays a significant role in our society, even when it is not outward or as obvious. Music is a beautiful way to teach about citizenship and the USA, while also connecting emotions to the history of our country. All of our students, pre-K through 12, learn through the repeated phrases, vocabulary, and key themes that cross a multitude of songs about the USA and the freedoms it stands for. Today, we want to recognize our veterans for their sacrifices and commitment to our country. It is also important for our future generations to learn of the sacrifices that were given by our service members. Service to our country has a direct correlation to the freedoms that each citizen has because of these sacrifices. Would everyone please stand? We're doing it quietly and respectfully. Thank you. Veterans, post your colors.
Good morning. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please stay standing as the stars begin.
Rise
When Francis Scott Key wrote the Star-Spangled Banner almost 200 years ago, he called America the land of the free and the home of the brave. Those words are as true today as they were then. On Monday, November 11th, 2024, our nation will celebrate the holiday called Veterans Day. To mark this important holiday, we are pleased to honor the men and women of our armed forces with this assembly.
Each and every day, countless sacrifices are made by the brave men and women in our armed forces to protect the many freedoms that each of us enjoy. Today, we salute you. We are honored to have veterans among us, and many of you in this audience may have friends and family that have served or are currently serving in the armed forces right now.
To the veterans that are with us here today, and to the families of veterans, we thank you, and we will not forget the sacrifices that you have made for us. At this time, we will be singing the Armed Forces Medley that contains the service songs for each of our branches of military. Veterans, please stand and be recognized during the singing of your service song.
The United States Army.
World War I officially ended on June 28, 1919, in the town of Versailles, France. However, fighting ceased 7 months earlier when an armistice went into effect on the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month.
In November 1919, President Woodrow Wilson proclaimed November 11th as the first commemoration of Armistice Day. If the idealistic hope had been realized that World War I was the war to end all wars, November 11th might still be called Armistice Day. But in 1954, President Dwight D. Eisenhower changed the name to Veterans Day so that we may honor all veterans.
Our guest speaker today graduated from Taconic Hill School in 1992 and left for the United States Air Force in August of that year. She served with the 5th Security Police Squadron in Minot, North Dakota. During her time in Minot, she worked to protect the Air Force Base and nuclear weapons stored there, as well as guarding the Northrop B-2 Spirit, better known as the stealth bomber. She traveled with a 44-person mobility team to Roswell, New Mexico, to Nopah, Nevada, and Fort Dix, New Jersey, to prepare and complete extensive training for deployment to Saudi Arabia during Operation Desert Storm. The conflict ended prior to her mobility team's deployment, and she returned to Minot to complete her 4-year tour. When she returned to New York, she worked for Staples and went to Columbia Green Community College, where she received an associate's degree in criminal justice. She entered the Zone 14 Law Enforcement Academy in 1998 and was one of 17 to graduate in 1999. After the academy, she worked as an undercover officer for narcotics, weapons, and gang activity with the Columbia County Sheriff's Office. April 19, 2000, she was hired full-time with the Sheriff's Office as a road patrol deputy. During her career, she has been assigned to special units, including SWAT, Marine Patrol, Accident Investigation Team, DARE, and most recently, a school resource deputy, which she says is her favorite thus far. Please help us in giving a warm welcome to our very own Sheriff Deputy Wendy Guntert.
Thank you so much. Good morning, boys and girls. Hi. Good morning, everyone, and thank you for having me here today. It is truly a privilege to be here, speaking not only as a veteran, but as someone who has seen firsthand the dedication, courage, and unity that binds all of us who have served. This Veterans Day, we honor those who served in the past, those who serve today, and the legacy that each of us has carried forward. Serving in the military, it is not an easy path. It means long hours, months, or even years away from home, and at times facing situations that most people would rather not think of. But I can tell you this, it is a path paved with purpose, pride, and a love of country that's hard to put into words. For me, and the veterans standing beside me in spirit, our service was more than a duty. It was a promise to protect our country, to stand beside our brothers and sisters in uniform, and to support and defend the freedoms we all hold dear. We served so that our families, friends, and fellow Americans could enjoy lives filled with freedom, opportunity, and peace. Service in the military is often described as a sacrifice, and it is, but it is also an honor. Many of us chose this path because we believe in something larger than ourselves. We believed in protecting others, even if it meant giving up a part of our own lives to do so. It was an honor to serve, and it is an honor to be part of this community of veterans who share the unique experiences and challenges that come with wearing the uniform. Today, I encourage each of you, especially our students, to think about what service means. You don't have to join the military to serve. There are countless ways to make a difference, to contribute to something larger than yourselves, serving others, serving your community, and even taking care of one another are powerful ways to give back. I'd like to take a moment to recognize the families of the veterans as well. To our loved ones who stayed behind and who sent letters and packages, who kept a place to come home to. Your strength is part of our strength. We know that your sacrifices were as many, and we thank you. To my fellow veterans, I am proud to stand among you, grateful to share this bond with each of you. We may come from different places and different generations, but our experiences unite us. Thank you for your recognition and your respect. Thank you for remembering the sacrifices made by so many and for helping us honor the legacy of service. Let us move forward, always ready to support one another and to inspire the next generation and to carry forward the pride of service. Thank you, Mrs. Miller, for selecting me for this wonderful opportunity. She's hiding. Come on, Mrs. Miller, amazing. Thank you. Thank you to the school staff and students for the support not only of me, but of our veteran community. What an honor it has been to stand in front of all of you. Lastly, I'd like to thank the veterans joining us today. May we always remember what it is to serve. I'd like to thank the veterans. I think this is one of our better turnouts that we've had. I really appreciate you joining us. It means a lot to stand with you this year. And to these beautiful young children, up there too, hi boys and girls. I want to say that, when I said the part about that you can do something even if you don't join the military, I see these kids doing things for each other every single day, in the hallway, helping each other. We are so lucky to have this amazing staff, the teachers and the support that we have, because we are really holding a great generation here that I think are going to be really amazing and that the veterans here are going to be proud of. So thank you all for everything that you do every day. Have a great day. Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you so much, Stephanie Guntert. We are all truly inspired by your service to our country. Throughout this nation's history, America's soldiers, sailors, airmen, Marines, and Coast Guardsmen have bravely answered the call to defend our freedom, to aid our friends and allies, and to turn back aggressors. We can never fully repay our debt of gratitude to the American service members who died in battle or were wounded.
Today, it is indeed our privilege to say thank you to all of America's veterans, to let them know that we appreciate them for their service and honor them for their sacrifices. The price of freedom is high. We cannot afford to forget those willing to pay it. Today, we celebrate America's veterans for keeping this nation the land of the free and the home of the brave.
When America had an urgent need, these brave ones raised a hand. No hesitation held them back. They were proud to take a stand. They left their friends and family. They gave up normal life. To serve their country, they plowed into strife. They fought for freedom and for peace on strange and foreign shores. Some lost new friends. Some lost their lives in long and brutal wars. Other veterans answered a call to support the ones who fought. Their country had requirements for the essential skills they brought. This Veterans Day, we salute each and every one of them, the noble and the brave, the ones with us here today, and those who rest in the grave. So, here's to our country's heroes. They're a cut above the rest. Let's give honor that is due to our country's very best. Forever waves of grace.
Thank you to our honored guests, the Board of Education members, parents, and families. Thank you to our superintendent. Thank you to our principal and assistant principal. Thank you to our honored guest and keynote speaker, Deputy Guntert. Thank you to all the students and teachers who are involved in today's program. This concludes our ceremony. Please stay standing. Veterans, attire your colors. Thank you, everyone, and have a wonderful day.